Not sure whether you can see me or not, because I'm probably silhouetted as the sun's rising behind, but just quite enjoying taking this shot here as the sun's just rising through the trees over the fen. And I found these little patch of birch that are just branching out to the right, and the reeds really high coming up in the base of the image, and I'm just playing around with this shot really. Got in at f5.6, focused on the tree, so all the reeds are going to be quite blurry, but thankfully because I'm shooting into the sun, it's given me a high shutter speed, so the reeds aren't going to look too blurry, although I'm not really that bothered if they do. I think it adds a little bit of mood, but it's quite a nice shot. A lot of real warmth into it, although it doesn't feel warm. I think it's turning a bit chillier today, thankfully. But yeah, it's a nice simple little shot. See if I can get that sun behind that tree. Oh no, I don't like that. I think actually I've probably had the best of the light now. I think the sun's a little bit too harsh. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, that's quite nice actually, with it blowing out a bit more. Anyway, good morning. Welcome back. Yes, playing again this morning, as you can see. I'm going to go in closer today. I'm going to go in much closer. And that's because the conditions are probably not going to suit a wider scene today. So yeah, telephoto is going to be on the whole time. So I realised you probably wouldn't be able to see me at all while I was silhouetted with the sun just rising behind me. So I've just moved around a little bit, probably another 15 minutes or so just before I took that last shot over there. And I'm just using the reeds here as a base to lead me up to a few of these little birches on the edge of the fen here, just catching the first light of morning. And I've intentionally wanted to blur these reeds, so I've actually put my 6-stop ND on. I did take one or two just with a normal exposure of about half a second, but it wasn't blurry enough. It looked a little bit too, I don't know, it just didn't look right really. So I think the base of the image just needs to be quite soft and ethereal. And then I'll probably bring that out more in processing. So yeah, I stuck the 6-stop on, which has given me a shutter speed of about 4 seconds, which just gives me enough movement to blur the reeds in the foreground. Gone in again, real close. 400mm on this one. I think I was about 220 on that one back there. Going in close on the trees, base of the image reeds, side light coming through. Simple little shot. Another one there actually, just the reeds. They look quite nice. Quite enjoyed making those few little images there actually. None will be that special, I'm sure, but yeah, just good fun picking out those little sections of the landscape with the telephoto. Right, I'm going to head back into the woodland now from the edge and see what else catches my eye. Right, do you remember the ballerina image? I think I called it the ballerinas in the fog video. I'll put a link up at the top. I'm at the other side of that now. So behind the ballerinas, I could call this if I took the shot. I don't actually think there's a shot there though. Let me show you. As I've mentioned it, let me show you. There, can you see? Yeah, there's the behind the ballerina. I don't know, there might be a shot there. There might be. I might have a play. That the birch there is really quite bright. What contrast trouble is, I'm going to need to come up, cut that sky out if I did take the shot, but I don't really think there's a shot there. We'll see. Right, let's have a wander to see what else we can see. Now I've actually walked back out again through a different path, purely because the light was catching the birches here, just on the edge, and yeah, it just pulls your eye when the light just reflects off the silver trunks of these birches. Let me show you what I've got here. So we've got this really lovely birch here in the middle. I'll put my finger back on. It's a little weird. Yeah, got this really lovely birch here. Where's it gone? Here. And that's catching the light beautifully. We've actually got another one here. Where are we? Yeah, just here. I quite like this as well. I might have a go at this one in a minute, the way that's sort of arching in. But this one here, particularly in the middle, is, yeah, it's quite nice. Got a nice shape to it. It's got some nice character with the branches going at either side. We've obviously got the blue sky at the top. So I might have to just pull down the blues a little bit in post. But I'm quite liking the tones behind it. You've got some bit of orange leaf left, so you've got some foliage, and then you've obviously got the bracken, which is in the base of the image, and yeah, quite a nice sort of tonal image, but with the light catching the side of the tree, it just pops out a bit. There's a few down here actually, so yeah, I've done this one portrait. Again, as I said in my last video, I don't do a lot of portraits, but because of the shape of the tree, I think it really needed to be shown in its full extent rather than just a crop of the trunks. So I'm still in at, well, about 180 on this. So I'm still in relatively tight. But yeah, there's a few in this little section here that I'm going to have a go at, because just where the light's coming across. Now this is really interesting, and I'm really pleased with this. The light is hitting this. Let me show you. See this birch here? The light is hitting this beautifully. It's just picking out the edges of the reeds as well, just making the reeds just stand out really nicely. And it's got sort of a peachy tone to it, the bark of this birch. And at the base of the birch here, you've got really lush green ferns that are growing up, and there's a tiny little orange leaf right at the very bottom, which which caught my eye actually as I walked past. And then I saw the light on the trunk of the birch, and then the way that the light is reflecting off of the reeds in the background there, it's actually really, really nice. Hang on, let me take it back. So yeah, I don't know what it is about this shot, but I think it's because it's just so typical home fen, this shot. It's simple, it's colourful, it's got some nice light. Yeah, I it's really strange, and I actually really like the way it's come out in camera, and I'm envisaging just warming it up a little bit, perhaps, just to get the light to be nice and warm, and it'll complement the colours. And apart from that, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it in it. It's just really nice as it is. I've gone portrait again. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I'll probably say all that, and when I get back on the screen I won't like it, but no, I just think it's got a lot going to it. It's weird, because as I'm talking to you now, the light is just disappearing from the base of the tree, and it's not half as nice as it was a second ago. Yeah, let me show you. I actually really enjoyed that back there. Just playing and really with the telephoto, getting closer in. The base of that birch tree was really interesting with the little ferns around it. I spotted another fallen birch with some reeds, so you've got different angles. That worked quite nicely. And then I went in really tight on the bark of a birch tree, a really old gnarly birch tree. And did a shot of that. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but we'll see. You'll have seen it if I decided to show it. But I've actually just now stopped at a composition that I've never actually taken before, but it's on the main track coming through, and it's the base of 2 Scots pine trees with a beech tree behind it, and then there's the birch behind that. So there's a real collection of trees here, and it's just again catching that side light this morning, which is really lovely. I've tried a panorama of this shot, but I've ended up just actually taking just a section, and let me go into camera and I'll show you what I mean. Right, let's just brighten you up a bit. Okay, so yeah, this is what I've settled on, and I should probably end up doing a 16:9 across here, literally just cutting the sky across the top, and maybe not so much the bottom, just the top, coming in from the left and the right. And yeah, as you say, I've got the edge of the pine here, this pine here, anchoring my left-hand side. There's a birch on the right-hand side, which actually anchors that side as well. You've got a broken branch of the Scots pine on this side, and then you've got the oak with the green leaf in the background. So I think that's a birch in the background, a pine in the background with the green leaf on it. And yeah, in the very background here, you've got these 2 really lit birches, which are nicely placed in between the gap of these 2 pine trees here. So yeah, nice sort of simple, straightforward image, made effective by the way the light's just coming down, casting the light on the right-hand side of these tree trunks, giving them some contrast. And yeah, as I say, I'll probably 16:9 this, and I'll show it to you now. Right, I'm taking my last shot of the day. And I was just waiting for the light, which just happened as I started to record. There's a couple of oak trees. Actually, the first one in front of us is a pine and the one behind's an oak. And the of the oak tree, the branches that are spreading out either side, just catching that backlight. And you've got the lovely bracken at the bottom, which is catching the backlight as well. I'm at 220mm on this one. And I can only get to this shot with the telephoto. So there's birches either side here. There's overhanging branches, there's sky. But the section I wanted is just the section in the middle with the branches splaying out, catching the backlight. So it's the benefit of going in closer with the telephoto lens. And that's really the message I'm trying to get across in this video today. And I've said this so many times in my videos in the past, that if you're struggling with woodland, particularly messy, busy woodland, similar to here at home, very, very busy, messy woodland. But if you're struggling, just go in closer, just go in tighter, remove the distractions around the scene, and yeah, just get tighter to your composition and create a composition within the scene. And you'll be surprised how easier it is to find shots in busy woodland by just going in closer. Actually, the light's improving a bit now, so we're just going to take this one again. F16, quarter of a second. Polarizer's on actually. Could probably come off, but actually it just helps to give that bracken a bit of life. Should probably just push the highlights up just to accentuate the backlighting. But yeah, nice simple little shot to finish the video. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've got something from that idea of just going in tighter with the telephoto. That's what it's about. Right, until the next one, like and subscribe. I haven't said that for a while. Doing all right with the old subscriptions, and comments are brilliant. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, then drop me a subscribe, press the button, ring that bell. That's always good for the algorithm. And until the next time I'll see you, you take care, and I'll see you soon.